My name is Rocco DeLeo. My rank was electrician's mate, second class, SS, which means you qualified in submarines. You have to earn your dolphins. When you go on board, they give you what they call a qualification or a quali book. And you have to know everybody else's job. They say it takes, I guess, a year to 14 months to do it. And it takes a minimum of that time. So when you're not on a watch or on duty or working to repair something in your spare time, you have to go to each compartment, learn each person's job, know what every valve is for, every switch is for, and the petty officer, who would probably be a first class, because the chiefs really didn't get involved with that, would have to sign you off on the engine room, you know, the torpedo rooms, on every system on board the ship. Once your book was all signed off, then you went in front of a board, and they would do a walkthrough with you, and then you would sit in the boardroom, and you would be quizzed. And they would ask you to draw the systems and, you know, blow the after sanitary tank out through the foghorn or something. Rig the system so that'll work. And then you got your dolphins. And then you went out with a bunch of guys and you drank your dolphins, which meant that you went to a local bar, they filled up a beer pitcher with different booze, dropped your dolphins in them. When they hit the bottom, when you got them in your mouth, you were qualified. And then they took it and they pinned it on your chest. And they pinned it on your chest. And when I drank my dolphins, I remember waking up the next day and I thought I was in a movie, but my head was at a toilet bowl at the senior torpedo man's house, and his kids were standing around asking if I was alive. So, you worked for that. And if you didn't get qualified, they sent you to the surface craft. It was a 16-foot wide sewer pipe. Had tanks on the sides that met you up and down, so we could up for ballast. When you were in port, you had great food. When you got underway, you had powdered and canned. There was no showers. I mean, we'd go for months without a shower because fresh water was for eating and drinking. We were talking about it just a little while ago. When we were snorkeling, we'd have a main induction that would stick up. The ship would be underwater. You'd be getting air for the engines through the main induction. When that closed, the vacuum in the ship would be like sucking your eardrums out. 4 to 8 shift, they would blow the sanitary tanks, vent them inboard so we didn't make any bubbles or any additional noise. We would save our garbage and trash, bag it and shoot it. There was a separate garbage disposal unit that was in the galley that they used for that. And everything was weighted and bagged and sunk. So that was, our lockers were probably 12 by 12 by 18 inches and mostly full of cigarettes. We get underway, depending on where we were going, they would charge anywhere between, I guess, 85 cents and $1 for a carton of cigarettes back then. And we all smoked like it was going out of style. It was really probably be called inhumane the way we lived. When we were done with whatever op we had, we would surface. They would turn on the stills. We could start taking showers and get cleaned up. We'd give each other haircuts. We didn't have water. Now, when we surfaced and we were in like the Caribbean where the water was warm, we could go swimming. We'd have somebody up on the top of the sail with either a carbine or a Thompson in case sharks came, and we would all be swimming. So that's about as clean as we got. Now they would let you take a saltwater shower if we were out for a long, long time, but that was worse than not bathing. So it was a different lifestyle. We played cribbage, pinochle, and poker. And at the end of any of our long tours, the skipper would say, all gambling debts are erased. I'm the skipper. Nobody owes anybody anything. you know, because of course when we were at sea, we never got paid. So when you'd come into port, that's when you'd get paid. But he would erase all the gambling debts, and we knew it was going to happen. But it was killing time, because you took so many movies out and so many books. You know, the black and white movies, and, you know, they only allowed you to take so many. So, you know, after you saw it the third or fourth time, you know, you played cards or did whatever. But that was after you were qualified.